On September 24th, 1997, Running with Scissors developed a project published by Ripcord Games, a top-down video game that shook the gaming industry. Postal. And just by the name of the game, you can kinda guess what it is, but chances are you'll be wrong. When Postal released on the website www.gopostal.com, they put out an ad campaign to reflect on the game's themes, and I have to say, they really nailed it. You might have seen these resurface on TikTok, but the general idea of these posters is someone interviewing a criminal's close family or peers, with a single quote that has a disturbing implication to it, and the implication pretty plainly being that the criminal was a mass shooter. The word postal, essentially meaning to go mad, is slapped on top of the poster. You can play the game for free on Steam, but when you load it up, this cold and uncomfortable screeching music blares from your screen, and a warning screen displays that the game contains senseless violence. My favourite. The screen is eventually taken up with a horrific image of a man standing on top of a valley of skulls, and a mouth wide open. The image turns to a blood red and a menu screen shows up. A strange echo plays every time you pick an option. If you're already a little spooked, you can press exit and it'll ask you if you really want to do so. The credits will roll, with this fucked up version of a Renaissance painting in the background. A mountain of bodies with this crude colour overarching all of it. Going back to the menu and starting the game will spawn you outside of a house with a snowman out the front. This is the main character's house, who goes by the name Dude. I know. Dude discovers something horrible. The world is coming down with the virus, and he is the only one who isn't sick. The only way to stop it is Dude has to eradicate the human population to stop it from spreading. So as you play the game, your one and only mission for each level is to kill everyone. The police, the military, and anybody you see in your sights. The most disturbing part about this story is that it's not true at all. There is no virus. Dude was getting evicted from his home, causing him to go postal. The demons in his mind made him go crazy and start killing everyone in sight. There's a count above at the top of your screen telling you how many hostiles remain on each level, and you need a certain percentage to move on. The level that comes to mind a lot is the city parade, where Dude will start to open fire on the trumpet and trombone players as well as the people watching on the street, due to Dude doing what the demons in his head say. To prove this, the game gives you the option to kill yourself by simply pressing X. Another thing too, going into the game files of Postal, all of the Dude's voice recordings are under the file name Demon.
Bleed.
So the main theory is that Dude is possessed by a demon, and that's why he's on this murderous rampage. I agree with this theory, but I don't think it's that simple. I think that we, the player, are the demon. We control Dude's actions, including shooting, walking, and even killing himself.
I regret nothing.
The moment we start playing Postal is when his body is overtaken and controlled by us, the demon. Once massacring everyone in a level, you move on to the next, and the loading screens in between are fucking haunting. A horrific image of something familiar but unexplainable, with a disturbing sound for each individual one. A very violent and haunting quote following each screen, detailing exactly how Dude feels killing innocents in the name of the voices in his head. This game is easily one of the most disturbing games I have ever played. The implications made throughout the game are so fucked up, and the things you do are just fucked. The gameplay is probably the most tame thing about Postal. The guns you use honestly feel like pea shooters, and when Dude is hit with a missile or a grenade, he does a funny little flip. And every now and then, Dude will throw out a bizarre one-liner over top of people screaming and begging him to stop.
Ooh, hole in one. Sorry, I'm out of hot towels.
To bring it back, one of the most horrifying parts of the game is the end. On the final level of the game, Dude runs up to an elementary school and tries to kill everyone inside. His gun malfunctions and stops working, and finally at a disadvantage is captured and taken to a mental asylum. On December 14th, 2012, one of America's greatest tragedies would occur. Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting, where 20 innocent children and 7 innocent teachers would lose their lives.
By 11:50 a.m., they announced most of the fatalities are children.
This was later removed due to America's obvious school issues, and Running with Scissors even came out to say that the shock value of the scene is ruined because of America's consistent, everyday violence. Truly an unsettling game. Postal is one of the few games that parents have in their head whenever you say you're playing a shooter game. It's brutal and straight up shocking. At the same time, Postal is a brilliant look at the horrors of mental anguish and what happens if a man of community and society snaps. I have played games before that leave me traumatized for a while, but never for what I did. In this game, everything dude does is your fault. And man, does that get a grip on you. There will never be another game like Postal. The loading screens, the ad campaign, and the psychological torment can never be replaced. If you're a fan of this type of psychological fuckery, consider subscribing. Tempting, I know, but you made it this far.
I'm the type to take a bitch hard and treat it like a time.